Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, it's Kyalo and Vic.
We back.
So today we're going to talk about the JRE, the Joe Rogan experience. What's been going on from the start to finish, to what's happening currently. So, man, what do you think?
Since this all started because some people did what they usually do, they went into someone's past and cherry-picked things he said,
But the trigger,
without context.
the trigger
The trigger was Joe has proven time and time again that they cannot control him, they cannot censor him, they cannot decide what he says, who he invites to his podcast.
Yeah.
He has shown, and having that power has actually attracted a lot of fans. And now the powers that be in this case, the big business news industries like CNN, NBC, the ones who have big money behind them.
Yeah.
They were like, we cannot have this. We need to do something.
Yeah, because I remember that the main thing that happened was that he brought on a doctor who challenged the current narrative of the COOF and what's been happening, the causes. And the doctor said that this virus is man-made, it's engineered, and that it's gotten it tons of times, that the vaccines that are being pushed on people don't work, and the whole premise, the whole reason behind doing this.
This is the doctor.
Yeah, this is the doctor. The whole reason behind it was because the government is obviously seeking some form of control over people. So now people who have bought into the story decided to no, it's wrong. It's wrong. So what do we do?
I believe, like Trump said, and I can't believe, 2 years ago, no one would have thought Trump would be right about so many things. And Trump actually said the only thing Joe should never have done was apologize.
Yeah.
Because he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And even when you look at the social media backlash, Twitter, when the celebrities, like we've just seen, have come to support Joe, or who are backing him. Yeah. And then we had The Rock, who was actually in support of Joe until someone said, but did you see the compilation of him using the N-word?
Yeah, I remember that. If I can add a bit to this. Okay, Joe brought the doctor. The doctor expressed his opinions, and then people blew a gasket about this.
Neil Young.
All right.
There has been...
Yeah, and mind
the
you,
60s.
Neil Young is notorious for spreading misinformation about virtually everything. So anyway, people started blowing a gasket. The left rose up and decided Joe Rogan is the next target. He should not be on Spotify.
Yeah.
So now, while the person that he brought on, the doctor, is credible.
He is.
But I believe the government decided to silence this and, just quietly found another reason to go after him, because you cannot have people poking into whether this doctor is saying the truth or not. So
but now the biggest problem is this, and this was actually brought out, right? Yeah. Since this pandemic started, we have been told, first they told us they made a vaccine which would work. If you get the vaccine, you're good.
You're good to go.
You won't get anything else. So people got the vaccine, they still got sick. Yeah. All right? So they created a booster. If you get the booster, you'll be good.
You'll be good to go.
Nothing will happen.
Yeah.
People got the booster, they still got it. And then it mutated to Omicron. A second booster, I hear. Yeah. People are still getting it. Yeah. People are still transmitting it. Yeah. So what people actually listened, why they listened to Joe was because Joe actually asked, all right, if you've been wrong about all these things, all right, why can't you people just accept that you don't know everything? Sometimes you are wrong, and sometimes when people say, okay, this disease came from a unspecified country of unknown origin. But it was, I think, 2 years ago. If you said that, you'd be cancelled.
Yeah, you'd be cancelled.
Now it's a fact. So I think people really craved that honest opinion. Even if we can say Joe is no expert at a lot of things.
He's not an expert, but he's just an interviewer.
He is an intelligent interviewer. He knows how to get information from people who know more. Yeah. Even if these people are not that are not that good with communicating verbally, he knows how to get it out. He asks the right questions, and people gravitate to that.
Yeah.
And the fact that he gets more views than CNN combined actually says everything we need to hear about that.
We need to hear about that. Yeah. Anyway, concerning The Rock's, frankly, is it cowardly behavior?
The Rock should just keep,
because The Rock came out and said, "Hey, I stand with my friend JRE, and it's all good." And then somebody wrote on his Twitter, The Rock, you're a big guy, you're a celebrity. The things that you say have impacts on people, but you cannot stand with this guy who's a racist. And then they took a couple of portions of his podcast
out of context,
where he said something to the effect of, people have used the word nigger to call black people, something along those lines. So they said, you see, here he is, he's calling black people niggers.
And then they combined a few of those.
They combined a few of those and decided he has to go.
Well, the karma about that was what? Immediately when The Rock denounced him, people started putting up snippets of him using derogatory language.
Yeah, when he was in wrestling.
Yes.
When he was in the WWE.
Guys were like, you see, we can go into anyone's past and get this shit.
That wasn't the only thing. There's a tweet that The Rock made in 2011. Where he was going after some guy.
Some random guy.
Yeah, some guy told him.
Who just said The Rock is a douchebag.
The Rock told him that he's what's it? How did he say it? He said he's tricking for that trans.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't even believe that.
He was saying that. So by that same logic, then the Rock is transphobic.
Yeah, he is. And he should also be cancelled. Why aren't they going after The Rock? They did the same thing. They went back in his past, like 10 years.
And dug up stuff about him.
So if that's what we do, if that's how we measure people's character, by going through their lives and finding out where they messed up, all humans messed up.
Yeah.
And then you compile those, and you come to this person and you're like, you see, you're a horrible person, you should be cancelled.
You once said 1, 2, 3.
Then that person goes into your life, and because you're also human, they will also find
stuff you say.
It is so
and
stupid.
Probably a lot more.
It is stupid.
Anyway, here we are. Let's check out. There's an article here that we have by the New Statesman. It says that Joe Rogan controversy isn't about truth but control. As you can see, Spotify has a huge lead in the on our audio music streaming industry, but from what we gather, a lot of what you see with the artists pulling their music from Spotify has nothing whatsoever to do with Joe Rogan.
No,
it has the fact that Spotify is paying them badly. So in order to make $1 on Spotify, your music has to be played, if I'm not wrong, about 353 times, something along those lines. But on other streaming sites, there's one, I forget the name of this site. Your music has to be played about 53 times, and then you make $1. Can you imagine that? So that's the main reason why that's happening. Yeah. But now in terms of podcasting, I believe you're right. The first time that you said it, that Joe Rogan is trying to be silenced because he has created a space where people can be able to talk about issues. No matter how controversial, and that is how it should be. Controversial issues should be talked about just the same way as non-controversial ones should be discussed.
Just because you offended, they hurt your feelings, that doesn't mean people should be silenced. That's wrong.
But anyway, guys,
that's fascism. If you think about
that's fascism.
That is fascism.
Because if I cannot be able to express my opinion, if I cannot talk about something that's happening, if I cannot discuss whether it's good or bad for me, whether I agree with it or not, and so what if I don't agree with it?
And you saw the left eating itself on The View when what's her name, the dreads,
the Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, she gave an opinion. Yes, it's an opinion, and it is an opinion that ruffles some feathers. All right, she said some things. She used the wrong language, but she was trying to put a point across. But because she used the wrong language, the wrong wording, it was all cancelled. The same way they did. So when it happened to her, they were like, why?
Yeah.
Why can't people have an opinion? And people were like, are you guys serious?
Yeah.
And you know, she wasn't even cancelled. She was just suspended for 2 weeks.
Yeah, she's suspended. If
this was someone like Ben Shapiro who had said that, even though he's Jewish, but if it was someone leaning those sides,
his contract would have been
or louder with Crowder. Yeah, I know it goes a bit extreme, but it's still free speech.
Yeah.
So you guys, you can't just whenever someone says something you don't like, you're up in arms. You can turn back to
off with their head. That's how they
makes no sense.
That's how it goes.
But
anyway, guys, let's know what your opinions are on this matter. Personally, we think that Joe Rogan is a force for good. I don't even agree with everything that he says personally, but his podcast is a good place for people to discuss issues, to bring different types of people who have different types of views, so you can be able to see how this side thinks, how this side thinks. And you guys know this. Joe brings on guests, some that he disagrees with
completely badly. Yeah.
Others he agrees with, others sort of middle way, just like we do.
And I like this last paragraph here.
Yeah.
I'll read it out a bit. It's less about politics than about class, less about disagreement than disgust, and less about what Rogan actually says than how popular he is for saying it. It's realizing that people love him, no matter how much we beg them not to. In the giant fertile chasm between liberal and conservative media, in a vacuum of trust in authority, Joe Rogan has taken root. Irreverent, curious, immune to in-group pressure, and utterly uncontrollable.
That's exactly it.
And that is why he's
being hit from all sides.
Yes, and it's like
he cannot be controlled.
And that's why you see even the government got involved in something like this, and it made no sense.
Why the government should be involved in a
guy's podcast? That means the amount of goodwill Joe Rogan has with normal Americans, even normal people on the planet, because Joe Rogan is listened to across the globe. That's a fact. The reason that a lot of them hate him and they've all latched on to this so hard is because they know without that they have nothing.
They have nothing.
They have nothing to hold him down. But hey, Joe, keep doing you.
Yeah, keep doing you.
Always blows over. They get tired really quick. Yeah, you keep making
your head
them
down.
Keep your head down.
And please stop.
But if you don't want to keep your head down, that's cool too.
Yeah,
it's
your decision.
Yes,
no problem.
You're free to do whatever you want, man.
Yeah. Anyway, guys. Let us know what you think about this in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.
And we would like to see both opinions, whether you agree or not. You're free to do it.
It's all good.
Yeah,
we welcome people here. No cancel culture.
No cancel culture. Peace out.
All right.
On to the next one.